Hello everyone, and welcome back to day number 2 of our body lesson. Yesterday, if you remember, we talked about the part of our body that looks like this, which is called our skeleton. And our skeleton, excuse me, I had an itch, is made up of our bones. And today we're going to talk about the inside of our body also that has different body parts. It's called our inner organs. That's a big thought there. So before we get started, let's do our head and shoulders song, okay? Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Eyes and ears and mouth and nose. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Okay, now we're going to do it 2 more times. One really slow and one really fast. Which one should we do first? Gabriella?
Slow?
Slow, okay. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Let's pause for 1 second. Do you ever realize when you do it slowly that your volume or your sound also goes down? You get quieter when you're slow, right? Well, it's just kind of funny how that works. And when you go faster, your voice goes louder, right? Have you ever noticed that? Pay attention to when we do it, okay? See if you notice. All right. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Eyes and ears and mouth and nose. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Now let's do it very fast and see how fast we can do it, okay? See if you can keep up with me. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Eyes and ears and mouth and nose. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. That's very fun. Gabriella's getting practice with this song. She hasn't sang it probably since preschool, so we're having fun doing it. And also, for those of you who saw my dog Jax in the video yesterday, I wanted to let you know that he's feeling better today and he's resting peacefully. All right, so let's get started. We're going to look over here at this person. This person happens to be a girl, but it doesn't really matter if it's a girl or a boy. And like I said yesterday, we talked about our bones, our skeleton, and today we're going to talk about part of our body that hides behind our bones, which consists of, let me find the pictures. Where did you go? Oh, they're hiding behind here. So this picture, if you can see here closely, is part of our stomach. Now we're used to like our stomach being right here or right here on her, that we think of our tummy. But our stomach is actually a really small organ that lives inside of our body, and it's what helps digest our food. So when we eat, it travels down into our stomach, and then there's some liquids in your body that help break down the food that you eat. So that is called a stomach, and this is one of your organs. Can you say the word organ? That's a different kind of a word, isn't it? Who knows what this is a picture of? This is a picture of your brain. Where do you think your brain is located? Your brain is located in your head, under your skull. Remember yesterday we looked at the x-ray of the skull, and I said that protects the brain. Do you know why our brain is so important? Because the brain is the central part of our body that controls everything we do. It controls, give me some ideas, Gabriella. What does our brain control?
Our thoughts.
Our thinking, our memory. It tells us when we need to react to things. It tells us how to chew our food, how to move, all of those things. So do you think that since this brain is the most vital part of our body, what should we do to protect it? I think when we ride a bicycle, what do you wear on your head? A helmet, right? And I have a song that goes with that. Let me find it here. Actually, it's not a song, it's just a poem, a reading. Gabriella's going to zoom in so you can see the words. And it's different people that have different color helmets. Let's see if you can see closely. The first one says, and now remember, when we read these words, in every sentence, they have some of the same words. Let's see if you can pick out what words those are. The title says, I have a helmet. And the next line says, I have a red helmet. And what color does this person have? A green helmet. So the sentence says, I have a green helmet. The next person has what color? If you said yellow, you were right. So this sentence says, I have a yellow helmet. Next up, this person is wearing a blue helmet. You're right. I have a blue helmet. And lastly, this person has a white helmet. You're right. I have a white helmet. And then the last one is a question. Do you have a helmet? Do you wear a helmet when you ride your bike? You should do so, because if you fall down and you hit your head, you might injure your brain. And that wouldn't be good, right? Because remember, we said our brain controls all of our functions. All of our actions are controlled by our brain. Okay, now this is a picture of our lungs. Do you know where your lungs are located? In your chest, under your ribs. Remember, yesterday we saw an x-ray of our ribs, and those are important because it's like a cage around our heart and our lungs. What function do you think our lungs serve? I give you a hint. It's like this. Our lungs are what help us breathe. They fill up with air and they release the air. And I'm going to show you one of our projects that goes along with our lungs. And it was to make, let me move this for a moment. Our project was to make a bubble wand using pipe cleaners. So I made a bubble wand that looks like this. It's just a stick with a circle on the end. And then I poured some of my bubbles out into the tray so that it can be flat. And let's see if this bubble wand works. So we'll dip the bubble wand into the bubbles, and we'll see if my lungs can help me blow a bubble. Let's see. Come on. Sometimes it's hard to make a bubble with bubble solution because sometimes the bubble solution doesn't work very well. Let's see if I can get one to blow. Okay, come on. Earlier I had 2 big bubbles, so I don't know. Now that I'm under pressure, it's probably not going to work. Well, anyways, I made a circle bubble wand, and then I made a double circle bubble wand like this. So you can take your pipe cleaners and try to see what shapes you can make. And if that doesn't work, your bubbles did come with the wand too. Let me see if I can get a bubble to blow. let's try. Ooh, that one started. Ooh, look at all the bubbles. Let's do one more blow of the bubbles. Wow. Look at all those bubbles. So what part of my body did I use to get the bubbles to blow? I used the air from my lungs to blow the bubbles. Another example of how you can use the lungs is, have you ever tried to blow up a balloon? And you have to blow really hard and your lungs are moving while you're doing that. Okay, so the next part of our body, our organ, is our heart. And our heart is beating every so many seconds. Our heart is beating and contracting. And our heart is what keeps us alive, right? So first, I want to show you if you can put your hand on your heart while you're just sitting and see if you can feel it. I can feel mine. And now we're going to play a game where we're going to get our heart pumping fast. In our packet this week, I gave you a timer and then these little action cards, but I'm going to play it different in the video. And first of all, I'm not going to do push-ups, so I'm going to move that card. Okay, so how about jumping jacks? My card says jumping jacks, and then I have a dice here, and I'm going to roll the dice, and however many the number is how many jumping jacks I'm going to have to do, okay? So let's see what number I get. Thank goodness, 2 is what I got. 2 dots means 2 jumping jacks. So, I don't know if you can see me like that. Can you see? Good enough? Alright, so a jumping jack goes like this. 1, 2. Okay? And now I'm going to sit down and I'm going to feel if my heart is pumping faster. I can feel it. Okay, so now this says tiptoe. I can tiptoe. So I'm going to roll my dice and see how many times I need to tiptoe. Let's count the dots. 1, 2, 3. So that means I need to do 3 tiptoes. 1, 2, 3. Is that how you do a tiptoe? 1, 2, 3. It wasn't that big of an action though, right? So my heart is not really pumping any faster. You can't see me? Oh, Gabriella's making fun of me. Okay, now let's see. This card says side stretches. I can do that one. So let's roll the dice and see how many side stretches I need to do. 1, 2. So I'll do one way and one the other way, okay? Let's go. 1, 2. I didn't know this was a workout video, but I guess it is. But anyways, the idea is the more active you get, like if you're jumping or you're running, and then you take a moment to feel your heart, you can really feel it beating inside of your chest. So try that out and see. Alright, so we talked about our heart. Here's the picture. In our stomach, in our brain, in our lungs. And I have a little song. And then we're going to watch a short little video about our brain, okay? So, this is called the Organ Song, and it's kind of like the tune of the wheels on the bus. The human body has 2 lungs, 2 lungs, has 2 lungs. The human body has 2 lungs. Our body's full of organs. The human body has just one heart, has one heart, has one heart. The human body has one heart. Our body's full of organs. The human body has one stomach, has one stomach, has one stomach. The human body has one stomach. Our body's full of organs. Okay, now this is a funny one we didn't talk about. The liver, we'll do that one, okay? The liver is part of our body that helps us clean out our body system. It helps us make pee, I think, right? And anyways, we won't talk about too much of that, but let's just sing the song one more time. The human body has one liver, has one liver, has one liver. The human body has one liver. Our body's full of organs. So organs is a kind of funny word, and we don't really think about all the parts of our body that are hiding in there that we don't see. But without those pieces, we wouldn't be able to live, right? So they're very important. So we're going to get you started here on this video that talks about your brain.
That's because you're using one of the most awesome and powerful parts of your body, your brain. Your brain is also the reason that you can see me and hear me and understand what I'm saying. Clearly, the brain isn't just powerful. It's powerfully important. So let's learn some more about it. A grown-up's brain is about 16 centimeters long as a dollar bill, and it weighs a little under 1.5 kilograms. About as much as a bag of apples. Now, if you're a kid, your brain is still growing, so it's a little smaller. Kids' brains are about the size of a grapefruit and weigh a little less than a kilogram. That's about as heavy as a liter of water. But what does your brain look like? Well, have you ever stayed in the tub or pool too long and your toes and fingers got all wrinkly? The brain looks wrinkly too. Scientists think that these wrinkles help the brain to work properly. The brain is also grayish-white in color, and it's pretty soft and squishy, kind of like gelatin. And because the brain is so soft, it has to be kept safe. And it is, inside your skull. Your head has bones. They're pretty thick and very hard, and together, these bones make your skull. Now, your brain is the main part of your body's nervous system. The biggest job of your nervous system is to help all of the different parts of your body work together by carrying messages back and forth. And the brain is like the command center, or headquarters of your nervous system. It's in charge of getting messages from the rest of your body, deciding what to do with those messages, and then telling your body to take action. For example, if your nose starts to feel itchy, it sends a message to your brain that says, hey, your nose is itchy. And your brain sends a message to the muscles in your arm and hand saying, scratch your nose. These messages that move between the brain and the body move very, very quickly, faster than the fastest computer that we can make. In fact, most of the messages move so fast that we don't even realize they're happening. And the best part is, your brain never takes a break. It never sleeps, even when you do. While you're asleep, your brain makes sure that your heart keeps beating and your lungs keep breathing. It also tells your eyes to blink, and it makes you jump when you hear a loud noise that you weren't expecting. You don't even have to think about any of this. Your brain takes care of all of that important stuff without you even knowing about it. Your brain also plays a big role in your senses. Seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, and touching. For example, when you hear something, your ears send a message to your brain, which recognizes the sound as a squeak made by a certain robot rat. And remember when I said that your brain helps you remember? It does. Just like my brain helped me recognize the sound that squeaks makes, your brain helps you remember all kinds of things. Real quick, close your eyes and for a second, think of your favorite food. Okay, now open them. Did you remember it? You were able to think of your favorite food just now because your brain is the part of your body that remembers. When I asked you to think of what food you like best, your brain was able to come up with the name of it and also probably what it looks like and even how it smells and tastes. You remembered all of those things thanks to your brain. And one of your brain's most important jobs is to learn, like I hope you're doing right now. You've already learned a lot of things since you were born, like how to talk and brain. You can help to protect your brain by wearing a helmet when you ride a bike or do other sports. You can also take good care of your brain by eating healthy foods, getting enough sleep, and getting lots of exercise. Oh, and using your brain to think and learn is one of the best things you can do to keep it healthy. So, I'll see you again soon to learn something new and to use our brains. Thanks for joining us on SciShow Kids. We're so happy that you dropped by, and we're very excited to see you next time because Squeaks and I are making some changes around the fort. So keep watching.
All right, friends. Let's get back to our lesson. So, that video was made by SciShow Kids, and that's a great science type of video, and they have all kinds of lessons there. They have another one with other body parts that you could look up on YouTube if your grown-up says so. Alright, so last thing before we go for today is we're going to make our brain headband, and I went ahead and cut out the brain out of the white paper that it was printed on. And what you need to do is you need to take your scissors and cut on the black lines to cut the colored pieces apart. So our brain is divided into different sections, which is why they're printed in different colors here to represent the sections. And so you're going to put it back together on this red headband, kind of like putting a puzzle together. And I'm going to try to quickly do this because our video is going to run out of time here. So I'll just keep that one connected. But anyway, so you have a red part, a yellow part, a blue, a green, and then two different brown colors. So once you get those cut out, then you're going to go ahead and glue them down to your headband. Just like so. And we're going to put these all together here. I'm going to put the blue one on next. And hope they all fit back the way I put them. Take them apart, right? Alright, friends. We put that green one back. Where does that one go? Down here, I think. Well, I didn't leave enough room here, so I'll have to glue it on top a little bit. Okay, and then lastly, our brown one is going to go back on there. How did that go? Okay. I don't know how I got that cut off of it. Anywho, the brown one goes on here somehow. I should have figured that out before I put it back on here. But anyway, so you put your pieces back together. And then you're going to staple or glue or tape your headband. And I didn't have my stapler, so we're going to use tape. And then kind of looks something like this with all the pieces back together. But I'm not having much luck getting it to stay. Anyways. That's today's lesson. And I will finish it and put a picture on the Facebook page. But I will see you tomorrow when we talk about teeth. Goodbye.